Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Hannah and on my channel I do anti-MLM content. I also have a clothing reselling business on the Poshmark app, so I make a lot of Poshmark and reselling related tips and tricks videos as well. Welcome to another MLM Top Fails video. This is number 15. That's crazy. I have been loving making these videos. It's been a huge goal of mine the past few weeks to really build up the anti-MLM playlist on my channel, and the support for these videos is like more than I ever imagined, and I'm so thankful for that. Today's video is a really good one. We have a ton of really cringy stuff to react to, but before we do that, let's talk about LuLaRich for a minute. Over the past couple weeks, as I've been posting more and more anti-MLM content, people have been asking, have you seen LuLaRich? What do you think about it? Will you do a video reviewing it? Yes, I watched it the moment that it came out. The date was in my calendar. Like I had a literal reminder set up, like LuLaRich premiere. But rather than doing an entire video dedicated to LuLaRich, I thought I would just talk about it at the top of this video. If you search LuLaRich review on YouTube, pages and pages of videos will come up. Tons of people have already made review videos on it, and I feel like if I were to be doing that too at this point, I would just be repeating everything everyone's already said. Up until this point, I've only watched one review on YouTube, and that's from Savvy Writes Books. I will link that video down below. It was an excellent video. She breaks down every episode point by point, gives like a very in-depth recap. I loved it. I will not be doing that, but I would love to share just my personal thoughts on it. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but if you haven't seen it or if you just don't care about LuLaRich in general, you can scroll over the little bar down below and it'll show you where we get into the top MLM fails clips. A very quick one-line recap is that LuLaRich is a 4-part docuseries on Amazon Prime, and it's all about the rise and fall of the MLM company LuLaRoe, which rose very quickly in popularity due to their crazy clothing and lots of funky, bright, colorful patterns and super soft fabric. Particularly their leggings were the most popular thing. What I loved the most about this documentary is that they had a whole bunch of people from all different parts of the company. They interviewed Mark and Deanne Stidham, the founders of LuLaRoe themselves. They sat down for the documentary. They also interviewed a whole bunch of former and current retailers. They had people from the home office, like from the corporate side of it. They had artists who were in charge of designing these patterns for this clothing. They had MLM expert Robert Fitzpatrick. Like they really covered all of their bases, which I appreciate in a documentary. I also loved how they started from the very beginning, how LuLaRoe started with Deanne making maxi skirts and selling them on her own, and how it rose into this gigantic MLM company that could not keep up with their own growth and their product quality suffered. It covers how the customer service department was flooded with complaints, and ultimately how there was this pyramid scheme lawsuit and there was this mass exodus of LuLaRoe retailers leaving the company. And while this timeline is going on, we keep checking back in with little clips from the pyramid scheme lawsuit in Washington State. They show clips side by side of like Mark and Deanne lying in court versus Mark and Deanne saying the truth outside of court. It is brilliant. It's like a perfect blend of everything I love in a documentary. It's like MLM and true crime. It is amazing. I'm really trying hard not to give too much away, but it is absolutely 100% worth the watch. I think every single person should watch this documentary, whether you are anti-MLM, whether you are in an MLM, whether you have no idea what an MLM is, you especially should watch it. Everyone can take something from this documentary, and everybody should be made aware about how pyramid schemes work. In the case of this docuseries, LuLaRoe was kind of like the example company, right? There was even a moment in the documentary where a current LuLaRoe consultant said, well, if LuLaRoe is being looked into for being a pyramid scheme, all MLM companies should be looked into because they're all the same. I don't know if she fully realized what she was saying as it was coming out of her mouth, but in my eyes, that was the most important moment in the entire documentary. All MLMs are the same. Yes, the docuseries focused on LuLaRoe specifically, but the case can be made that all MLMs function in this exact same manner, okay? If you are being paid more for recruiting than you are for selling product, that's a pyramid scheme. It doesn't matter what the name of your company is. I feel like we're in this really critical moment where people are waking up to the truth about MLMs. Not only was LuLaRich highly entertaining, but it brought to light the dangers and the damaging effect that the MLM industry has as a whole. It shows you how people get sucked in and it destroys their finances and their relationships. It exposes the cult tactics that are used to keep you in. It exposes the hamster wheel that you get caught in where you're constantly spending more of your own money than you're ever making back. And it shows you that the company does not care about you or your well-being. And I love that this docuseries like really brings up all of these really terrible undertones of the MLM industry, which paints multi-level marketing in a very different light than a lot of us are used to seeing from our MLM Hun friends on Instagram. I am so thankful that a docuseries like this came out on a big platform like Amazon Prime, and that it's gaining the attention that it has because it's working to further the anti-MLM movement on a greater scale than we have ever seen before. Small anti-MLM creators can post several videos a week on YouTube, and that's great, but there's always going to be people that don't watch YouTube. So the fact that this issue is being addressed on a huge scale on a massive streaming platform like Amazon Prime, that is a huge accomplishment for the anti-MLM movement, and it is really incredible. So those are my brief thoughts. I think that you should absolutely go watch it if you haven't already. Even if you don't have Amazon Prime, I think it's worth it to like sign up for the free trial and then cancel it. It is well worth your time to watch, especially if you love anti-MLM content. And please leave me your own thoughts down below. I would love to see what other people are saying about it. The general consensus seems to be that people who are in MLMs hate this documentary and people who are anti-MLM love it. So let me know what you think. Okay, let's get on to our regularly scheduled MLM top fails clips. Okay, the first thing we're going to be looking at, a subscriber sent to me. There's not a whole lot to debunk here, but it's just such a funny fail. Like, it's really, really hilarious. So I'm just going to include it for a good laugh. This is an Instagram story that somebody in Monat posted. They are reposting something from the Monat Australia official Instagram account. And she says, I've not been around to talk about this much, but we officially launched in Australia today. This is huge. Could you imagine being one of the first people in your country to partner with Arbonne? Arbonne! She said Arbonne! She's in Monat! Oh my god. I'm not even gonna read the rest because, like, who cares? She can't figure out what MLM she's in. Oh man, that's good. That is good. Proofreading, people. It's important. Okay, the next thing we're gonna watch is a little bit longer. It's an Instagram live from a Monat rep, and she's explaining the car bonus program. Very entertaining.
Hello everyone. Do not mind me. I have an oil treatment in. I'm getting ready to shower, but I wanted to come on since it is my anniversary month. Oh dang, what the heck. It is my anniversary month for getting my car. We hit Market Mentor last year, September 20th of 2020. We hit the Market Mentor rank, which is the Cadillac rank. And I wanted to explain a little bit about it because I feel like people just don't really know, don't really care, don't really understand. And to me, the story like leading up to the car just is everything for me. So, when my mom passed, I was given life insurance, a hefty amount, and of course I did anything that a normal person would do. I went and got a Mercedes. So I got a Mercedes. I think I put like $6,000 down, and I forget what I had before that, but oh, I had a box car. That's right. I had a box car that I loved, but I was doing bottle service at Pacers, and of course I needed a Mercedes, so I went and got a Mercedes, and then I found out I was pregnant. I had the car for a little bit, and then I had my daughter, and I realized that the car was really small to get her in and out of the car seat, to take the car seat in and out, because I had, my car seat was able to click on the stroller, so I was like, oh my god, I need a new car.
Maybe I'm overstepping some boundaries with this comment, but I think it's really insensitive to be sharing how you spent your deceased mother's life insurance payout on Instagram Live. You're here to explain the details of the car bonus program to us, and I feel like we don't need to know your entire backstory with like every car you've ever had and how you acquired those cars. Like, we don't need to know. And just something about the way she said it really upset me. I don't know, I'm like bothered by it. It came off like, yeah, my mom's dead, but at least I got a Mercedes out of it. Like, ew, like, I'm just like really disturbed by that. I don't know. Again, I hope I'm not crossing any boundaries into like making personal judgments, but it's kind of coming off like maybe she's not the best with financial decisions. I'm not trying to say that there's a certain way that you should spend your money. That's your own personal decision. Speaking for myself, I know that if I came into a whole bunch of money after a really tragic loss, I would be paying off debt, I would be putting into savings, I would be investing it. And even if I did go out and buy a new car, I don't feel like I would need to share that information with a whole bunch of strangers on the internet. That's just me though. None of this is relevant to the Monat Motor Club program, but I also feel like we couldn't just gloss over that, okay? Like, we needed to stop, we needed to address it, and now we're moving on.
So my daughter's dad helped me find who is an amazing sales rep at Toyota if you are looking for a car. So I went to her, and she helped me get into a lease. It was a Toyota CHR. It was a lease, a 3-year lease, and I loved it. But That was January of 2020. No, 2019. And then I started the business November of 2019. So I had the car for a year. January 2020 was a year. I was coming up on my second year, so I got my, okay, now I'm confused. Okay, so I had my Toyota and it was coming up on 2 years. I hit Market Mentor in September. So with the Cadillac program, you hit Market Mentor, which is the middle of the comp plan, and then that qualifies you to be in the motor club. So you have to hit Market Mentor and then maintain that rank for 3 months consecutively before you can go pick up your car. So we hit September, October, November. December 15th, I got my letter saying that I can go to the dealership and go shopping. So I did that, and I got my car like right before Christmas. I think it was December 20th. No, December something. Anyways.
Do you notice how she keeps saying we? We hit these ranks in September, October, November, and then I got to go to the dealership in December. Come here. Hi, bud. Are you being annoying? Oh my gosh.
Do you have your camera plugged in?
Yeah, it's plugged into the computer for power. Okay. 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 So, poor baby.
He's so cute.
Oh.
Okay, we saw Mom.
Okay.
I'm going out.
See you later. Have fun. The poor little guy has been meowing outside the door for like 20 minutes. Anyway, she keeps using the term we, but this is a great reminder to us as the viewer that this is not a personal accomplishment. This is a team accomplishment that only benefits the people at the top of the team. As she said, in order to be eligible for the program, you have to hit and maintain a certain rank for 3 consecutive months. So she and her team had to hit and maintain a certain level of recruitment and product sales in order for just her to be able to go to the dealership and go shopping. This is a team effort, and without her team, she never would have been eligible in the first place. And in order to rank up in Monat at all, you have to recruit. So there would have been absolutely no way for her to ever become eligible for this if it wasn't for her team's efforts.
But the reason why the car was amazing for me is because I was going over my miles. So with a lease, you have to be mindful with your miles. I think I was only allotted 12,000 miles a year. And I drive a lot. You know, I'm doing things with the baby. We were going to Disneyland all the time, and just the miles were adding up. So I was stressed out. I remember I was like, okay, well, I want the car before I need to make my payment. So before I made my December payment, I actually traded it in to get the Cadillac. So I saved money on my payment. I saved a shit ton of money on paying for my miles. So that's super important. And I am just in a luxury vehicle, you guys. So what happens with the Cadillac program is Monat gives you $1,500 to put down on the car. But you do not get that $1,500 until after you've purchased the car. So I put the $1,500 up front. I sent all of my documents into Monat Motor Club, and then they reimbursed me on my next check. So they give you $1,500 down, and then as long as you maintain your rank. So if you hit Market Mentor and above every single month after you get your car, they give you $500 a month for your car. So that's for the ranks of Market Mentor and Managing Market Mentor. Now, once you hit Associate, Executive Director, and Executive Director, you get $750 towards your car. It's a car allowance. So let's say your car payment, like mine, is $731. So Monat gives me the $500 and I pay the $231. So I'm basically paying $231 for a luxury vehicle, which is amazing because my Toyota car payment was like $5 something. It was extremely high because I had rolled in my box car.
Okay, so I will admit that I appreciate how honest and unfiltered she's being about the terms of this agreement. She's exactly right that Monat gives you $1,500 to put towards your down payment, which honestly on a Cadillac is nothing, but you're fronting that money. You are paying that first, and then Monat's gonna give it to you later. And then at her rank, they're not even giving her enough money each month to cover the cost of her car payment. And it's important to remember that Monat can pull out of this agreement at any point. As soon as you are not hitting your ranks, they're out of it, they're gone. And it doesn't affect them because it's your car. But I'm actually really happy to see how upfront she's being about this, because in my Monat deep dive video, I actually broke down the math and I showed you that even if you hit your rank every single month for the entire 48-month contract agreement, Monat is still not going to give you enough money to cover the entire cost of the car. You are still going to be responsible for thousands and thousands of dollars at the end. And until this point, I haven't seen a Monat rep actually admit that, so I do respect that. And you know what? In general, the way that she's framing this bonus program is a lot more respectable than I've seen from a lot of other Monat reps. She's not saying that it's free, she's not saying that it's fully paid for, because both of those are incorrect. She's just simply saying, hey, Monat doesn't pay for it entirely, but I'm still paying less now for a luxury car than I was for my Toyota, so for me, good deal. And you know what? I can get on board with that testimonial, okay? I still would never join the Monat Motor Club. I would still never enter into that contract agreement because it's pretty horrendous, and there's a whole bunch of other stipulations that she'll describe soon. But I do appreciate that she's being honest and she's being upfront, even if it doesn't make the free Cadillac seem as flashy as other Monat reps try and make it seem.
So I'm saving money per month on my payment also. And then once I hit the higher ranks, my car payment will be covered. So with the $750 allowance that they give me, my car payments will be covered. And then once you hit the top of the comp plan, senior executive director, you get the choice of, your $1,000 car allowance, or you can trade it in for a Range Rover or Jaguar, and I'm definitely doing that. I cannot wait to trade it in for a Range Rover. I just think they're so pretty, and they're just so pretty. But I love my car. I love my car just because I'm saving money, you guys. So as long as I hit my rank, as long as my girls hit their ranks, as long as we maintain, I get the car allowance. And if you don't happen to maintain for whatever reason, they give you 2 grace periods, or grace months, but they cannot be used consecutively. So I actually had to use one last month. We did not maintain Market Mentor last month in August, which is fine. It happens. And I still got my car allowance this month because I am allowed 2 grace periods, not consecutively. And every year, your grace periods start over. So January comes, I'll get 2 more grace periods for the whole year. Hopefully I won't need them because, we're going up in this business, right, girls? So,
ooh, yikes. That honestly must feel like such a shaky and unstable position to be in. Imagine your car payment being directly reliant upon other people's performance. No thank you. And that right there is precisely where the toxic nature of MLMs comes in. And now you see why people at the top of these teams are so intent on brainwashing people into staying and hosting really culty Zoom calls. And they care so much about love bombing and toxic positivity. And you can do this and just stay in, please. My car depends on it. Because if there isn't a team below you that's performing at this level consistently month after month, you're gonna get slapped with a $731 car payment because it's your car. It's on you. It's in your name. And let's truly think about it. Let's be honest with ourselves. Is it conceivable that all of these girls will maintain these ranks for 48 consecutive months? If you agree to this contract and you sign up to do this with Monat, that's kind of like agreeing to be with the company for an additional 4 years. Because if you don't, then having a $700 car payment every month is going to become your terrifying reality.
Super excited. I just wanted to come on and explain how the car program worked and how important it was for me. Now, sometimes people don't care about the car, they don't care about the trips, they don't care about the community. Everyone joins for a different reason, but for me, I really wanted the car. So the car was a big deal because I was in such a predicament that I was like, okay, how am I gonna pay for the miles that I'm going over? And if you're in a lease, also, that that's something that we have to be aware of and conscious when we're driving, Such a pain. But with the car program, you can lease or finance. It's all under your name. So you go to the dealership, just like you're picking out a car. You sign all the paperwork under your name. You send all the paperwork to Monat, and then they reimburse you for the down payment and your monthly payments. So you can either lease or finance. It does not have to be a new car. It can be within 5 years old. So you can get, what year is it? 2021. You can get like a 2018 car if you wanted. Just whatever you're comfortable with and whatever you can always put down more. Also, you can put down a more money down on your car payment. What am I trying to say? You can put more money down. So not only do you have to put the $1,500 down, you can put $6,000 down if you want, on like an Escalade or something, and then money will reimburse you the $1,500. Yeah, so happy anniversary to us, girls, if you're watching. Happy anniversary, and I cannot wait to see what is to come. I'm so grateful for this card program and what it has done for me. You know, I'm saving money monthly. I'm not worried about miles, and just super, super blessed. So happy anniversary. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know if you have any questions about our card program.
Oof, again, like what an unstable position to be in. Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of these girls don't read the fine print, and if they do, they don't care about it. Because ultimately, I would imagine that a huge motivating factor for agreeing to this contract, getting this Cadillac, signing yourself up for this thing, is to have something flashy to brag about on Instagram. If I have this Cadillac and I'm posting about how Monat is paying for it, then more people will be intrigued and more people will want to come and join the business with me. It honestly wouldn't surprise me if a lot of these girls just kind of see it as like a business expense or like an investment that they're making. Like if you can prove and show that you can drive a Cadillac if you join Monat, that could be a really effective recruitment tactic to get people into the company who don't know the finer details of the contract agreement. The next thing we're gonna look at is a reel, and it says constant head pains, mood swings, always tired, craving carbs and sugar, bloated after every meal, gets another prescription with another list of side effects. And it's the "that's weird" reel that we've seen a lot from MLM reps, and it says "that's weird but won't talk to the girl with a natural alternative." She's listing off a whole bunch of like ailments or symptoms that people might have, but honestly some of these symptoms are just kind of like what I would consider normal symptoms within the ebbs and flows of your life. Like, yeah, sometimes I'm tired, sometimes I'm bloated, sometimes I'm craving carbs, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna run out and get a prescription for these things. If you experience bloating after every single meal, you might want to look into seeing a nutritionist or a dietitian and see if you have any intolerances or food allergies. And if you have constant head pains, you might want to go to the ER. Like, that's kind of serious, I feel like. In this reel, she's drinking Plexus's pink drink, which as far as the Huns are concerned is like liquid gold from God himself. And I swear that they will claim it cures every ailment you will ever have. I looked up the ingredients, and it's pretty much just a prebiotic, and it has green coffee bean extract and Garcinia cambogia in it, which are two super popular ingredients in weight loss supplements. And you can find these anywhere. They are so common. Any drugstore, any grocery store, any wellness or health food store. But she says, won't talk to the girl with a natural alternative. Girl, come on! You don't have a natural alternative, okay? People don't want to engage in a conversation with you because you're going to try and pitch them a weight loss powder and claim that it's going to cure them. You're not selling a natural alternative. You're literally just selling a supplement at an insane markup because you're in an MLM. If people really feel like their health is suffering, that's an issue that needs to be discussed with their doctor in a professional healthcare setting. They should not be coming to you. Yes, maybe supplements would help some people feel better. Maybe that's worth looking into for them. But please, please, please only do this under the direction of a healthcare professional, not the girl who sells Plexus on Instagram. Please. All right, the next thing we have is also a reel. The audio on this one goes, well, I guess I have to report a murder because someone decided to kill the freaking vibe. And she's going, sounds like an MLM scam to me, as she's like mouthing the audio. But the caption says, tell me you're miserable seeing other people do well without telling me. It's 2021. Scams are illegal. So are pyramid thingies. Search it up, bestie. It never ceases to amaze me how confident MLM reps can be about something they have no idea about. Like, where can I get that kind of confidence? Can I have some? A huge misconception is that people who are anti-MLM are anti-MLM because they hate seeing others be successful. Quite the opposite, actually, when you consider that people who are anti-MLM are advocating for people who are in a predatory business model who are actively losing money. It's just so backwards. Like, people who are anti-MLM are only that way because they want to see people be successful. They want people to earn a living. They want people to be compensated for their time and effort. They don't want people to be taken advantage of. It just makes my head spin. And then also, it's 2021. Scams are illegal. Yes, it's 2021. Murder is illegal. It's 2021. Stealing is illegal. It's 2021. Human trafficking is illegal. I didn't know that if something was illegal, that meant it never happened. And the search it up bestie at the end really grinds my gears. So not self-aware. Do you think that I haven't researched pyramid schemes extensively. Statements like that are insulting to people in the anti-MLM community who dedicate so much time to researching and educating themselves so that they can turn around and inform others. And I have a feeling that if she just searched it up, bestie, she'd figure out that being in her MLM is not all it's cracked up to be, and that it's not going to provide her with everything that it has promised. All right, that is it for today's MLM Top Fails video. Another one done. I have a comment shout out for today, but unlike the ones that I've been including that are more funny, this one is just like really beautifully written and really eloquent, and it really says it so much better than I ever could. There was a comment a few videos back from someone who accused me of like being a woman hater and woman bashing and like how dare I make these videos and all that stuff. It's fine, that's an opinion, not a problem. But Maggie commented something that was really, really well written, and it really got to the root of the issue in a very respectful way, so I wanted to shout her out for that. She says that MLMs hurt far more women than they help in all regards, financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. The purpose of this kind of video and the anti-MLM movement is to prevent women from getting into an industry that preys upon vulnerable people under the guise of empowerment and freedom. Yes, yes, 100 times yes. Being anti-MLM does not mean that you are anti-woman. It doesn't mean that you're anti-feminism. I would argue that it's exactly the opposite of that. And this comment just addressed it wonderfully, so thank you for saying that. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in my next one real soon.